Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. Blessed is the quality of mercy. It blesses he who gives and he who takes. But now, in the changed circumstances, I would say blessed is cheating, especially in the universities, colleges, schools, and all spheres of academic attainment. Blessed is the person who cheats, and blessed is the person who is supposed to check cheating. Unfortunately, countries like India, Pakistan, or other countries which were formerly colonies are blamed for this endemic issue in academics. Although cheating is a part of life, and politics is nothing but an art of cheating and backstabbing. But anyway, academic cheating is supposed to be something unheard of, and yet, when we saw the horrible examples of the people scaling the walls and cheating, and we were aghast against our own nature that how could students cheat as if students are not a part of society. We were amazed how could teachers permit cheating rather than many times assist cheating as if the teachers are a species apart from the normal nation. But then, have you ever considered why cheating is not only in those countries, but in countries like Canada and USA is much more pervasive, and yet people don't talk about it. There's a cone of silence which envelops this academic cheating which goes on unchecked. And it's quite tempting for the university and the college lecturer, instructors, to look the other way. And if you have ever seen a discussion among the university teaching fraternity, the largest headache for many of them is the students cheating, or as a phrase which is commonly used in politically correct context is students are not cheating, they are committing acts of academic dishonesty. As if cheating is okay, but dishonesty is something not acceptable. And this I'm not talking about India. I'm not talking about Indonesia. I'm not talking about Malaysia. I'm talking about Canada. And it's not a new phenomenon. Many students cheat on their assessments, in homework, and examination. And now with the online teaching and online testing, it is going to be much more pervasive. And at times, people like me, it's better not to have examinations because the cheating is making a mockery of all evaluation. As I said, it's not something new. I remember in 2006, I was here. I'd come here in 1999. And I happened to talk to some professors in Gulf University. And that after I had read an article by the university professor Julia Christina, and she had written an article and it created waves that more than 50% students have admitted to some form of cheating. More than 50% have admitted. Now, the number of people who admit it is always much more than the people who have committed. So that means almost 100% have cheated at one time or the other. This was Canada. This is Canada. And then in USA, There's an International Center of Academic Integrity. They reveal that 68% of 71,000 students surveyed admitted to cheating. Why? However, based on the experience of the teachers in Canada and USA, we are certain that compared to the pre-academic phase to phase assessment, the number of cheatings who have been involved in cheating is much more and it is increased. They said if it was 68%, now it would be 98%. And 3 days back, a web seminar was arranged. I happened to be part of that. And it was found that now there is a profession of cheating. A full-fledged profession has come into being. They call it contract cheating. The students hire some teachers, some instructors, some senior students to write their papers, to write their examinations or test. And this seminar was organized by Simon Fraser University. And you can believe me that the audience was filled with horrified teachers and they were frustrated, they were helpless. They were from across North America. They were desperately seeking a solution for losing battle against the student cheating. It's up. But do we blame the students only for that? They say no, if coronavirus had not come, then the online teaching would not be there. But then we have seen, even in 2006, more than 50% students admitted to cheating. And then now there are more ways to cheat. From consulting the internet to using symbolic calculators and graphic software. There's no software to charts and the social network to collaboratively working where expected to be do the individual work or by using somebody else to write your paper or paying someone to take the test. And teaching online is much less risky than doing it in person. And that happens when even online invigilation is going on. Even then, it's much easier to cheat, according to students. This US based International Center of Economic Integrity, as I said, they have said that 71% cheat. So, what do you do? First is let the students cheat if they don't know better. Let's be very clear. Say you cannot stop cheating, accept it. Accept it the way of life. Let this This will at least help the instructors and the educators maintain their sanity. The biggest problem is if somebody wants to cheat, they'll find a way how to do it. Whatsoever you might try, they'll find a way how to cheat because they're part of that system where cheating is normal. Trying to anticipate the ways in which the student can cheat is going to be losing concern for the college and the university teachers and the administrators. You can manage to catch some, but the lucky ones and those with more creative and innovative strategies, you will not be able to catch them. We always say develop a culture of honesty in the classrooms. But how can there be a culture of honesty when they see around them, right from the prime minister and the president downwards, to the lowest laborer indulging in being dishonest? So if the prime minister can be dishonest, if the finance minister can be dishonest, if the president can be dishonest, if the king can be dishonest, why should the student not be dishonest? They're a part of that system, they're parts of the cosmos. Second, if a university instructor pleads with their students, underlining that cheating is unhealthy and dangerous habit, which will catch up with them one way or the other, then the students decide to cheat nevertheless. Why would the instructor assume any further responsibility for the student's action? Is it reasonable to expect to say that the calculus teacher does a better job at providing moral compass than the parents? And here's a major thing: the parents themselves do not provide the moral compass. It has to be societal function. Parents, teachers, peers, siblings, everybody. And everybody is dishonest. The role models, dishonest. The rulers, dishonest. The leaders, dishonest. So why should we expect the students to be honest? As a matter of fact, you can be sure that all the social media influencers are dishonest. So how can just a teacher telling the students to be honest work? It's not possible. Then invigilation is very expensive, especially in online. It has been calculated that if a university with 20,000 students decides to use professional invigilation services for all its courses for a year, the price would be close to $400,000. Sorry, $40,000. 400,000, yeah, $40,000. And based on the pricing by Respondents Monitor, a company which provides fully automatic proctoring for online examination, they do it, and they must. But then imagine $40,000, which university can afford to spend it, and they'll say, okay, let's keep on using the old methods. If 90% students are cheating, let them cheat. Then online assessment invigilation is also against law, going to be some part, because you will breach both the student's privacy. You can't violate the privacy of the student. And then instructor's comfort zone. Some students use their real or fictional privacy concerns and can refuse to be invigilated. This means then the instructor would have to find the alternate ways of assessing. And that would mean many more hours uh, of additional work. Academic integrity is a myth, like all myths. And the current North American I'm talking about university model is a combination of military aristocratic hierarchy, a political entity, and a business enterprise. Universities are not for institutes of learning, they're essentially businesses. As the outcome of those dynamics, the idealist side of academic integrity as ultimate principle in academic necessarily would become flexible because profit is a major model, is a business. Secondly, as I said, a military aristocratic hierarchy is a political entity. The university students are more interested in Black Lives Matter and other things than in the education. And you have seen that. You have seen that in India, in JNU, where they went to the extent of even asking the country to be divided and fragmented. You have seen it happening in Toronto University. You have seen it happening in United States in hundreds of universities. So what do the academics do? Should they be ready to invest in the resources to expose themselves? Because if the real study is done, the teachers are as responsible for cheating as the students are. They are using what one political strategist said, alternative facts. How much energy, how much knowledge, how much time does an average academic has? He has to do his own research. He or she has to think of his or her own future, the next round of funding, the juggling of life's other responsibilities, fight injustice, including the major ones such as academic freedom and social justice. So, in this plethora of personal, social, academic life, who cares if some people cheat because everybody cheats. And then the penalty is not severe enough to send a warning to the students. It's just a rap on the wrist. The penalties, unless they are deterrent, would not affect. Then there's no cheating police. The instructors are teachers. They are not policemen. They are not security guards. So they are left to their own devices. And they think, why bother to spend days of frustration proving that XYZ paid a predatory tutoring online company to find a derivative of a function? And if you see the internet, you see host of the sites offering paid essay writing. So how can you judge that whether they have copied and got it done? And it has been seen that the students have submitted the essays word by word identical, solutions to the question which whose solution allows multiple approaches. So in a generic academic integrity, offenses are hard to be proved, and the time taken is too consuming. So people don't want to waste time. And it's hard to prove, and the punishment is not there. So ignore. That's what they do. Thinking about cheating is like cancer. It eats up our trust in our students and ruins the joy of learning and teaching. That's why the best thing is the old system of the Gurukuls in India and the schools of Plato and Socrates, where the students will come and learn and go. That's it. And they should be given a certificate that he has attended this course for so many years. Don't grade them. Then you are going to ask, but would they be adequately prepared for the real world and a future career? Let me tell you, they'll be better prepared. You'll be stopping all the police work. You'll be stopping wasting of the time of the teachers who will devote their time to the scholarship. And when there's no incentive to cheat, they will not cheat. I have learned that the University of Manitoba is using anti-cheating software that records students' webcams during remote examination. But that is, as I said earlier, not germane to the issue. So the best thing is to see that as they're a part of society, the best thing is not to put them to the test of proving that they are not cheating. If you're concerned with the well-being of the teaching, teach, don't test. So you have a responsibility to protect the students who want to learn. And if you're diverting your resource to the things which are not relevant, you are wasting your time. I know, and I'm fully cognizant that the people would consider it a blasphemy. But then, what are the tests for? Even Jesus Christ said, Lord, put me not to a test. And the biblical injunction is, judge not lest ye be judged. And we're judging the student, the authorities are judging you, and some people are judging the authority. So it's a vicious circle. Let the students just come, study, and go. And let the life test them. And believe me, if you let that go, they will not indulge in teaching. There'll be no incentive to do it, and they'll really learn. And cheating, the concept of cheating would no more be a barrier because there'll be no student who will be accused of cheating. Is that asking too much? Think about it, and you will realize that what I mean does make sense. Thank you.